Okay, so I asked that question, how far back have I been prevented from interaction with humans, the human races? And then it said birth. I closed the video after uploading it, and then open up the phone and it goes to birth. So, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I don't believe in the birth because um, game probably with a 30-second story I watched to cover the first 6 years. And so, I really don't remember everything from then, just those 30-second clips. And so, also looking, how many times has it been happening, like when I'm with girls or something like that? Like, was with an awesome girl, didn't necessarily look like them once, and then uh, someone who looks more like them came into my life, pulled me away, and then she tried to get back with me, and her best friend, both our best friends look like them, came into her life, came in between us physically and stuff to separate us. Like she was trying to hit on me while her friend, well, like her best friend was trying to get back with me, and she knew how much she liked me and everything. Like, okay, and then so my best friend at that time had already like insulted some girls that I was with before that too as well, which I didn't think that's how you do it. Normally, I didn't think you just go around your friends and you like make fun of their girlfriend while they're right there. Yeah, I can understand if you don't really like the person or they're causing problems. Like that's cool to have backup, but that wasn't it. And so then later in life, my next friend, like they all look the same, uh, like had kicked one of my male friends who came around me, just say hi, just came around and say hi. And it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I hadn't learned yet, but I already knew the consequences of defending yourself in a non-free nation. I did not understand the consequences of defending yourself when there's a precious alien species involved who's more, who's supreme to the others and are more valuable and worth, apparently, according to their system. And yeah, how many times has this happened? Wow, there's so many times there's these little things. And I almost always notice that everyone else's best friend looks like these best friends and stuff. A lot of them, like I don't know everyone's little story and stuff, but hell, that one girl, even her friend, like died. Like her real best friend, like this was like her female best friend. And she had a male best friend and stuff. And he like died, so she lost everything during those times. And now she's married to one of them. Oh my God! Imagine that. Isn't that so odd? And then I don't remember what happened when I was in first grade, but I know that was one of those memories that the game shows you that you're supposed to remember. I mean, you would think the important part of remembering that was you're a genius, you're being passed up 4 grades, okay? But, hey, that's nothing. I did that while I was asleep. I don't even remember doing anything except for going to the library a few times involving school. I don't remember. I've been trying to take donations for their war from children and them drugging me having to mess around with them several times, and yeah, and how ignorant the book selection at the school library was, and how it was just shouldn't be in the school at all because it was non-educational. Um, and especially the books they sold and stuff, but whatever. I wouldn't have read other stuff. I wouldn't have known anything about it. Well, people would have went crazy if I was making nuclear reactors when I was 4 years old. Like, they already, like, or like, I don't know. I guess a lot of people thought it was cool when I was a child, making certain things that standard people might not always enjoy or something, but definitely didn't have that book at the school, and that's understandable. That's understandable. But yeah, looking back, how many times did that happen? Like we had, like just yesterday. Like I went out, I was in the store and I was going to go outside and talk to these goth-looking people. It could have been metal, who knows? Um, and then so I walk outside, and guess who's there to stone me? That's right, my friend. It's the same looking people who are always right there. The Black Palpatine pals and all that. How do they do that? How do they just teleport through the Matrix? And then why does anyone allow anything that just teleports and appears somewhere and doesn't really exist to have these rights that living beings are supposed to have? Humans or whatever. I didn't know humans could do all that. That's crazy. I guess there's a lot of stuff I've seen that I didn't know I could do either. But it's still, at the end of the day, I don't necessarily quite believe anything as much me when there's groups who are lying and hiding in the darkness. But the thing we do know is when you have to hide, especially your entire existence, it means fear. It just rules your mind because there'd be no reason to hide. And there shouldn't be if you're all these powerful, shape-shifting, teleporting people, which I'm not too sure they can actually do that. But hey, they have a birth certificate for me as well, too. So I'm not too sure you can actually do that. They're having births and mutilating 5,000 newborn males on top of 20,000 other births a day in the United States. 10,000 plus, probably. Maybe lowball. But yeah, hey, how long has that been going on? Like, almost every time I sit there and stop and think of something, I think of how weird things around it happen. Like when I was at the heavy metal concert, 3 of them the last month or two. What's with okay? So a girl comes up to me and just grabs me and starts talking to me and dancing, headbanging, whatever, invite me to the pit with her, and I'm just like trying not to be all weird and stuff about it. But I'm like, no, this isn't the person I want. They don't look like they're fit. And we know where that leads in life, generally, if we are with someone who does nothing. But now I know, I guess I'm searching for something that doesn't even exist. So I should, change my pattern. Or is what I want out there, and I'm noticing I'm God. I have to be stalked, and I have to play the game out, and defeat the alien race who controls the world, the game world and stuff. Yeah, I mean, actually, I should always look at everything like that. But when I do that, and I notice these girls pulling me around are like, look exactly like these same people. And it's like sometimes, I'm like, no, can I hang out with someone else for once in my life? Like, why don't we all just start wearing our Nazi armbands everywhere if we're all going to just, do this, hang out with the same people and force the same people to hang out, the same looking people to hang out with us? Why don't we all just do that? I mean, the mask thing, yeah, it didn't have the swastika on it, though. I don't think the message got driven home and stuff very well about whose army they're working with and stuff. It should have been obvious. Fauci army, right? And so, yeah, how, bro, that happened at that concert, and then right after I tried to separate from that person, another one came up to me, and this one was adorning cult symbols too. They claimed they didn't know what they were and stuff. I mean, do these things that are claimed to be humans but aren't even know anything? They're definitely not some super hyper advanced intellectual alien race. Alien race, unless it was just maybe the worst, they'd have some sort of hyper advanced intellect. It'd just be weird to even talk to them or something. But yeah, this is so weird that this happens and humans allow it to happen, but it only happens to me. It takes a lot of work to figure out it's actually happening. And what happened? Did they kidnap me when I was a child, from the hospital and stuff? Do they do that all the time? Do they always replace babies, or does it begin before birth when they marry into